In today's video, I want to show you how to set up the Janome M7 for free motion quilting. Hi, I'm Kim Jamieson-Hirst of Chatterbox Quilts. And before we get into today's topic, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. Today I'm working with the Janome M7, or the Beast as I like to call it, and it comes with a lot of different accessories that make it really easy for you to free motion quilt. So I want to go through those with you in today's video. The first thing I want to talk about is the bobbin case holder. Now this is a blue dot, what I call the blue dot bobbin case holder, and it's new specifically for the Janome M7. So you want to make sure that's installed in the machine. And if you have issues, like I occasionally do, inserting the bobbin case holders in your Janome machine, I have done a video to show you how to do that and how to make sure they're properly inserted. So check the description below and you'll see a link to that specific video. The next thing you want to do is you want to put in your needle plate. Now the Janome M7 comes with 3 different needle plates, and you're going to want to put in the straight stitch needle plate, which looks like this. All you need to do to insert that is put the tabs in the left side of the bobbin area and let it drop. And it locks automatically into place. So that's a nice feature of this machine as well. Okay, now that we've got both those in, we need to put a foot on the machine, right? So there are quite a few choices when it comes to free motion quilting feet that come with this machine. So one of the ones you might recognize is the PDH foot, or what you might call a darning foot or a free motion quilting foot. And so this is what it typically looks like. This is the PDH closed toe foot. And then it comes with an opened toe version as well. So this is the PDH open toe version. And those work really well. And those are kind of your traditional feet that you would see on most machines. But you have other choices too. We have these 2 little tiny feet, the QC and the QO foot. And they are very similar to the PDH feet in that one is closed and one is open. I've got the open one on the foot holder right now. And in just a moment, I'm going to show you how you attach those to the regular foot holder. But I want to cover the QV foot too. So the QV foot is good for echo quilting because of the marks on it. It's also great because it has this dish shape. It's also great for going around appliques and not getting caught on them. And all 3 of these little feet fit on your regular foot holder. So to release your feet on the regular foot holder, you just have to press the black button at the back and they come off. And most of the feet that come with this machine, you just need to clip them into this open area at the front. But these, you can see, have 2 metal bars, not just one, as most of the other feet do. So what you need to do here is you need to clip that back little bar into the back area on the foot and then snap the front one down. They release the same way. You may have to take them off a little bit, kind of push them back to take them off, but they just go in the back and then snap on at the front. And so you can see you've got that all attached now. So all 3 of these feet go on the regular foot holder in that manner. All right, so when you put them on the machine, you probably know how to do this from your other feet. It's the same thing. You just insert them and tighten that screw. Don't ever forget to tighten the screw when you're putting any feet on your machine. You do not want the foot to come off partway through when you're stitching. Something else you need to have, of course, it's really important, is a needle. You need to have a needle in your machine. You can't do any free motion quilting without a needle, right? So Janome has these purple tip needles, which are specially made for free motion quilting. So they are, I believe, a 90-14 in size, but they are what I always use when I'm free motion quilting, and they work really well. So now you've got the machine set up. What about the settings? Well, you have a variety of choices there too. So let's take a look at them. So when you have your machine in the default screen or the home position, this is what it looks like. And you're going to go to the t-shirt icon and you're going to click on that. And that's going to take you into more menus. So you're automatically in the sewing menu, but we want to get into the quilting one. So you're going to touch that icon with the heart and the feathers, it looks like, I guess, on it. And then you have some other varieties in here. We want to go into free motion, because that's what we're going to do. So you have different choices when you get in here. So on this particular free motion menu, it's telling you to use a PDH foot. That could be one or the other of them, the open or closed toe. And you have a choice of straight stitch 1 or straight stitch 2. When I go to straight stitch 2, you can see it's suggesting the QC or QO feet. You could also use the QV foot there too. Now, one thing I want to mention to you when you're in these free motion quilting areas is that the machine automatically drops your feed dogs. You don't have to worry about doing that at all. Once you're in free motion quilting mode, it will do that for you, which is a really nice feature. Now, you're going to wonder, why do I have a straight stitch 1 and a straight stitch 2, and why is it telling me to use different feet for that? Well, that's a good question, and it's a really easy answer. The straight stitch 1, that's the default, and that's typically what I use. But if I was working with a thinner quilt sandwich, maybe you're working with one that doesn't even have batting in it, let's say, and maybe it's got flannel on the back, then you're going to want to use straight stitch 2, because that is going to move the foot closer to your quilt sandwich. Okay, so it's for those situations where you have a thinner quilt sandwich. The other thing you may have noticed, or not been able to see very well, is that there's two other screens here that are grayed out. They say zigzag stitch 1 and 2, and the reason they're grayed out is because I have the straight stitch needle plate in. If I had the regular needle plate in, these would show up as options too, and you could use those for, typically thread painting is what you'd use them for. It's going to give you a zigzag stitch, but as you're moving the quilt sandwich around, you're going to get different widths and lengths of that zigzag stitch depending on how you move your quilt sandwich around. But today we're talking about free motion quilting, so you're just looking at the straight stitch needle plate and straight stitch 1 or 2 to work with. Now, there's also some extra things you can do in the settings. So you'll notice this screen here. If I push that, and I'm in straight stitch 1 right now, it gives me an option to change the tension going up and down, okay? And I can save that as a favorite stitch if I'd like to. But when I go to straight stitch 2, it gives me a few more options as well. Same thing with the tension, but it also has the ability, and it already tells you what the foot is set at. So it's at 1.5 millimeters. That's how far up the foot is from the quilt sandwich. And you can make it closer to the sandwich, or you can make it further away just by using the plus or minus keys there. If you want to go back to your default on any screen, DFT is for your default. All right, so when you want to close that, you push the blue arrow and it takes it back down out of the equation. Let's just go back again to straight stitch 1 for a second, because I didn't mention that you don't have that option in here. Okay, it doesn't give you that option to raise or lower that pressure foot in the straight stitch 1. It's already set for you. Okay, so when you're done with your free motion quilting, you can just hit your home screen and it takes you back to that main area that you're used to seeing. So that's how you set up the Janome Continental M7 to get it all ready for free motion quilting. And I've showed you the different feet, the choices you have there, and also the different settings. So you can see that there's a lot of room in here for you to choose the exact setting that's going to work the best for you when you're free motion quilting on this machine. Thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to share it with your quilting friends. And if you want more helpful quilting information, go to www.chatterboxquilts.com.